Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with Mermaid Avalon, Orange County Mermaid.
Hi.
And we are going to be doing a mermaid Q&A and answer some of the questions that you guys had.
Alright, so let's get started.
Question number one, how long have you been mermaiding for?
Well, I started in 2013, I believe, right when I started college actually. I found out that mermaiding was a thing and I got my first tail.
I started mermaiding when I was 12 years old, when I discovered that mermaid tails were a thing on the internet, and begged my parents for one, and I got a magic tail, little fabric tail, and then this happened.
Question number two, how did you have to train to be underwater for long periods of time?
Well, I have been swimming my whole life. I've had a pool pretty much my whole life, so I spent a lot of time just swimming and practicing holding my breath underwater. I've never had any actual professional training or classes, but I've just basically been self-taught and practice.
Yeah, I also grew up with a swimming pool. I learned to swim when I was like 1. And then as soon as I found out mermaiding was a thing and I got my first silicone tail, I went and got PADI freedive certified. So that really helped me learn how to breath hold.
What is your worst experience as a mermaid so far, / what was the worst thing that happened to you as a mermaid?
You know, honestly, the worst thing I think that it's ever happened to me are, sorry guys, but dads specifically that like to ruin the magic for the kids, and they go, oh, don't worry, she's not real, or oh, I'll see you at the mall later. They say something really lame that implies that I'm not real, and it just really blows it for the kids, and it's really hard for me to steer the party back towards like believing that the real mermaid is real. Yeah.
Mine is probably my worst experience and my best experience at the same time, because it was at so far my only like paid mermaid gig, which was in Whistler, and me and 2 other mermaids were sitting in this like really pretty creek, and we were out on rocks with our tails in the water, just basically waving at people and posing for pictures, except that the water was glacier water, and we actually ended up getting frostbite on our feet because we had to be there for 4 hours. Yeah, it was not really fun having numb and just painful feet.
Number 4, what's your favorite piece of mermaid gear? Who made it and why do you like it? Well, if tails count, I really love my custom Mertailor tail. Some of you have seen it. It's like a realistic aerial tail, and it's pretty much everything I've ever dreamed of with a tail. It's color shifting, it's got an iridescent fluke, the sun goes through it, it's really beautiful. If we're just talking about accessories, I really like my Star Stuff boutique gear. Emma here's wearing one of my crowns right now, and her stuff's just beautiful.
I would agree that my custom Mertailor spellbound tail as well, other than the fact that it's really tight on me and it's not super fun to swim in, unfortunately. It's like so beautiful and perfect on like exactly what my design was. So I love it, but it's not the most comfortable thing to swim in. So I think to just say like all around like my perfect mermaid accessory would probably be the matching top for that tail that was made by Siren Allure, because it's just like so beautiful. It fits me well, it's comfortable, it's still perfect. I've had it for over a year, so I think that top would be my favorite overall. What camera do you use for your photos?
You know, I don't use any kind of high-tech cameras. I shoot most of my stuff with a GoPro or like my Pixel 3 cell phone. I do work with a lot of professional photographers that have amazing cameras and housings and all that kind of stuff, and it runs in the thousands of dollars, and I'm so glad that they want to work with me because I can't afford that kind of stuff.
I'm pretty much the same here. I have my GoPro Hero 4 Silver, which I use for all of my underwater videos and most of the photos, and my iPhone 10 for photos as well. And yeah, just other photos that are like good quality underwater were not taken by me. They're taken by a professional photographer, and I have no idea like what kind of camera they actually have, but they're good though.
Exactly. Number 6, I'm trying to become a professional mermaid. Any advice to get into aquariums? Wow, what a question.
What a question. Well, I mean, not all aquariums have mermaid performers. I know the Vancouver Aquarium doesn't do that, so I guess first step is to find out if your local aquarium does mermaid shows, and if they do, then, you know, get into mermaiding. I'd say, I think for aquariums, you usually use your own tail. Like, they don't provide tails ever, as far as I know.
I believe there's an aquarium in Utah, or no, in Colorado, the Denver Aquarium, and they have a fleet of mermaid tails, but their performers aren't really professional mermaids. They're just scuba certified volunteers, or they get paid, I think, minimum wage or so to swim in tails, but they're not really professional mermaids. I mean, they're just
different thing
because the
altogether.
aquarium owns the tails.
Right. So
my advice would be, I guess, get scuba certified. That would be a great way to start. I know the Aquarium of the Pacific out here requires a scuba certification and an open water certification just to get in their tanks, much less mermaid in them. Another great way to get in there and expose yourself to the idea is volunteer at an aquarium. I mean, most aquariums are always looking for volunteers, and it'll kind of get your fins wet as far as what that industry entails. There are very few mermaids that make their living actually working in aquariums, but it would be an amazing experience, I'm sure.
yeah, I would love to do that. And then also keep in mind, if you're going to get yourself a custom beautiful silicone or whatever mermaid tail, make sure you're not getting one that has sequins or resin scales that might fall off and be like consumed by the aquarium fish, because a lot of aquariums
they won't allow
you to wear that kind of tail. So how long can you hold your breath?
So at the very best, like let's say summertime when I'm primed and I've been practicing, I have a static breath hold of 4 minutes.
Wow.
As far as swimming, maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes underwater, but it's definitely something that I'm always working on, because the longer I can stay under the water, the more realistic I am for my audiences.
I would say comfortably I can hold my breath for 1 minute. Getting a little difficult, 2 minutes, and my personal best is 3 minutes, but I have not been practicing. That was like at the prime of my practicing, so hopefully when I have a pool again this summer, I'll be able to get that number back up there at least. But yeah. That's really impressive though. 4 minutes, like, dang.
Yeah, but I absolutely do not hold my breath that long, like when I'm at an underwater photo shoot or like trying to look pretty through glass or something, because like it starts to get really uncomfortable past the 2 minute mark.
Yeah, for sure. I do find though that doing underwater photo shoots, I almost hold my breath longer, because like knowing the camera's there, it's like more incentive to hold my breath longer.
My personal challenge is like relaxing my face.
Okay.
If I'm like really working to hold my breath, I just get this horrible expression on my face.
I definitely smile way too big sometimes, and I look crazy, so that's true too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bit of a mix, but yeah.
Okay.
That's a long question.
Do you take part in any other aquatic sports like synchronized swimming, snorkeling, or scuba diving? Or did you just start building up your underwater breath hold times at the same point you enter the mermaid life?
Well, I do not do any other aquatic sports. I have done snorkeling a number of times, and I really enjoy that, but I don't live somewhere that would allow me to do that. Like during the year, it's just a vacation thing. I've been swimming my whole life, never competitively or anything like that. So yeah, I would say just when I started to mermaid, I really started to work on my breath hold, and also watching season 3 of H2O, and I literally copied Will's strategy of like slowing your heart rate and like whatever blah blah blah, and like that's when I held my breath for 3 minutes. So yeah,
I haven't really played like water polo or any aquatic sports either. I snorkel a lot off of our coast here in California, but other than that, it was just an extension of free diving for me to mermaid. So I really recommend that you get as much exposure to the water as possible though before even attempting this. So
yeah. What is your best experience as a mermaid?
All right, well, last week a little girl said that I was better than Ariel, so I feel pretty fulfilled.
Amazing.
I don't know, anytime that I'm out there with the kids and like I'm making magic with them and making them believe, even if at first they're like, you're not a real mermaid, or they're just not having a good time that day, usually by the end we're all smiling and having fun, and it's really rewarding. So I just love it.
Yeah, I think I have to like agree with that. I've never been. I don't think I've ever been called better than Ariel before. But yeah, just hanging out with kids, and you know, you can tell you're convincing them. I like am an actor too, so I'm really good at improv, luckily. So I can, and I'm sure you too at this point are, like you can come up with really good answers to any question that kids might have, and making magic real for them is really awesome.
All right, last question. Why did you start mermaiding?
Well, I always loved Ariel and aquamarine as a kid, and grew up on the ocean my house like had a beach right in front of it and pool, so I always loved the idea of mermaids and would swim like a mermaid as a kid. And basically as soon as I found out that mermaiding was a thing when I was about 11 or 12, I was like, I need this now. So it was just like finding out that mermaiding existed and loving mermaids my whole life is yeah,
I definitely think we're part of like the mermaid loving generation that grew up on The Little Mermaid. I mean, when I was a kid, the only redheaded princess was Ariel, so that was the one that I identified with the most.
Good point.
I would try to swim like Ariel. I would do the spins underwater and try to sing underwater, and it was really cringy. But then I found the online mermaid community, and I like found out that they make swimmable tails, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get in on this. I mean, I definitely don't want to just be an Ariel cosplayer, but I really find this self-fulfilling, so.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thanks to everybody who asked us a question. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe down below if you haven't already. You can click one of these videos here to watch previous mermaid videos or to watch some swimming videos that we
shot
today. We were about to shoot. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.